Michigan State Police place such a great emphasis on water safety training because in the state of Michigan, you're never more than 6 miles from some type of body of water. That could be a river, a stream, a pond, one of the Great Lakes, as well as the chances of an officer responding to an emergency, a water-related emergency within their career is very high. So we want them to be ready and well prepared, not only to perform a rescue of an individual, but possibly a self-rescue of themselves. One of the major training aspects here in the water safety course, or portion of the Michigan State Police training, is the active drowning scenario. We prepare the recruits to perform an active drowning rescue with an actual instructor role-playing as the victim.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, get there!
Try to create an atmosphere of stress. Once they enter the training tank area, they're immediately greeted by yelling instructors, sirens going, and at this point they have to properly secure their weapon, remove their uniform if needed, swimming the length of the tank, and then encountering an active drowning victim. They have to properly secure that victim in one of the holds or carries that we've taught here. That active drowning victim is actively resisting. They're turning, they're pulling, they're actually trying to possibly even dunk the recruit under the water. We reinforce the recruit to not give up, to continue to use their proper techniques and holds on that victim to successfully maintain control of the situation. And then they have to take that struggling victim, swim them down the length of the tank and back, and then successfully remove them out of the water. Once they've done this, they've usually exhausted themselves, and we continue to monitor and test them by having them perform the proper first aid checks of that victim now. Checking the airway, checking the breathing, checking the pulse.
Look, listen, and feel.
Okay.
Is there breathing?
He's got no pulse.
With Davis Pond, we add a different type of victim, more of a spinal injury type victim, where the victim is not resisting, it's very passive, if not unconscious. And the recruit has to not only ascertain what type of victim they're dealing with, but also the proper technique in which to safely remove that victim from the water. Once they do, again, we test them on their knowledge of first aid, going through, again, the checks of the airway, breathing, and circulation, checking for pulse, and then basically maintaining a good secure hold on that spinal injury victim until advanced EMS were to arrive for them. Another aspect to our training is the Submerged Vehicle Simulator. This allows the recruits to perform a water rescue with a vehicle that has submerged underwater with a potential victim inside. We're able to place a victim down in the water who breathes off a scuba apparatus and waits for the recruit to dive down and rescue him out of the water. The recruits are under a stressful situation because now they have to dive under the water, and at times we provide them with a blacked out mask so they can't see, so they have to do everything by feel. They have to deal with the seat belts. They have to deal with orientating themselves to the position of the car. At the training academy, part of the water safety curriculum is a cold water submersion. We have recruits actually sit in what would look like a horse trough full of water and ice at approximately 32 degrees. This allows the recruit to experience cold water because here in Michigan we do have severe winters and water rescues are performed during the wintertime. Some of the physiological aspects we're trying to make those recruits aware of would be the actual initial shock or gasp reflex when they enter cold water.
Refreshing, sir.
Their body tends to breathe in deeply and sharply, and we try to teach them and train them to maintain control, first of all, of their breathing. By maintaining control of their breathing, they're able to perform or use their fine motor skills to help them with that water rescue. The water safety program is extremely important. Not only does it provide the skills to the recruit to save a potential victim, but also themselves. In addition, it's also designed to help them succeed and overcome their fears when they face challenges in a stressful situation. The water safety program adds that extra stress to them, where we hope to give them the confidence and skills necessary to succeed and make a difference as future law enforcement officers.